I mean, it's not like I told everybody. Nico Collins is that dude. Tank Dell was a must get in fantasy. And CJ Stroud is that man finally for the Texans. Let's get into it.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Welcome to Real Coverage. I am your host, Nick. We're going to jump right into it. We are talking about the Texans today, a franchise that finally found their franchise quarterback. First of all, as I don't want to say Texans hater. To be honest, Texans never really affected me, not in my division. As many people know, I am a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. But I've obviously been rooting for y'all because anybody that can give Dallas a run for their money for the best team, even in the state of Texas, makes me happy. So, regardless, I loved you guys since Watt. Love what he did for the community. I love a lot of what is happening, D'Amico Ryans and all that stuff. I just need to talk about Stroud, though, because he's so far, after 3 games, seems like the right pick. Now, that comes from a team that currently picked in front of you guys, took Bryce Young, and Bryce Young was on the bench for the last game, which we lost to the Seahawks, and will be on the bench for the next game, against the Vikings, with an apparent ankle injury, or at least being hesitant with the injury. But through 3 games, and this is a direct quote, Stroud has posted 906 yards, third most by a rookie QB in their first 3 career games since 1970. Cam Newton had 1,012. Herbert had 931. He's also added 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. His 121 pass attempts without an interception are the most through a player's first 3 career starts, passing Warren Moon, who had 103. Now, obviously, it helps to have 2 amazing weapons. Those ones, obviously, you might have seen them above. Nico Collins, Tank Dell. I think they're amazing. I think it would have been really funny if they could have gotten Tank Bigsby as well. We could have had a whole, team of tanks. I thought that would have been hilarious. Especially because for so long people thought the Texans tanked all these years and all this other stuff. So it would just be like a whole flip on the head. Hey, we're tanking every year because we're going with these tanks. And kind of do that play on words. But yeah, I'm blown away. I'm blown away at the Texans. I'm excited for them to go in the future. Obviously, they're going to play some rough games. In fact, I don't know why I didn't pull it up. Texans schedule. So the next one is at Steelers. That's going to be a tough one, but again, I think you can win it. Overpowering offense. Steelers have had a very anemic offense so far. Great defense, though. So as long as you can keep CJ Stroud upright, he can make plays. I think you guys could really come out of this with a win. Falcons, again, another way to win. They're going to run the shit out of the ball, so you're really going to have to stop that. But outside of that, Drake London has been a non-factor so far. Saints will probably still have Carr out, so you'll either be playing Winston or Taysom Hill. Again, I've personally put out a video where I thought they should just roll with Taysom Hill and really do that wildcatty, weird run offense. He really succeeded with it. I've already said that the only game that we might be able to win is the Texans as a Panthers fan, but even then, I'm super, super, super doubting that. Bucks, it's all going to depend on what Baker looks like, and they look pretty pretty anemic offense in the game against the Eagles, but obviously the Eagles defense doesn't leave a whole lot of room for error. So, and then they go to the Bengals, which I think will be flailing by then. Bengals, Cards, winnable game. Jags, winnable game because it looked like crap. Broncos, winnable game. Jets, winnable game. Titans, winnable game. Browns might be a little tougher. Like you guys, legitimately, if he is the real deal, I could see you guys winning 10 games. Like, what is going to happen to the Houston Texans if they end up with 9 wins? I don't know what you guys will do, to be honest. It's going to be bananas. I think a lot of these are going to be winnable games. Nico Collins is just, that dude. He's going to go out there and just completely wreck the game. Incredible size, athleticism, knows how to go get the ball. I really like that. I went big on him in fantasy this year. I literally have him in all 50 of my fantasy leagues. Nico Collins and Jalen Hyatt personally were my two, had to go and get them no matter what. So there's that, and then on top of that, Jordan Addison. But yeah, I can absolutely see this being a great year for it to be a Texan. I mean, you guys are 1-2. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, closer games. Yeah, Jaguars. I loved the shellacking you did there. Colts game was an absolutely winnable game. You guys should have won. And then the Texans. You guys listen to the Ravens. I'll give you that, because I think the Ravens are going to fall off here soon. In fact, shout out to my playoff parallelogram. Just in case you haven't checked it out, we do a thing called the playoff parallelogram. We believe it's a better way to rank everything. And there might be some movement for the Baltimore Ravens in the parallelogram. It should come out today is Wednesday. I'm recording this on 9/27/23. Should go up tomorrow. So you should have the video on Thursday, probably about noon, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, I believe. So check that out. You'll see some of that. But regardless, Texans have a great opportunity ahead. Obviously, I believe the Jaguars kind of played themselves a little bit out of that game. But I mean, 20 of 30, 280, 2 touchdowns, 3 rushes for 14 yards. I like it. Devin Singletary, 9 for 41. Dameon Pierce, 14 for 31. I don't like that. I thought Pierce would be a lot better. I don't know what's up. That's Tank Dell's big game. That's Nico Collins' more relaxed game. I like that you guys got Mechie. I wish... I don't know what it is, but I really feel for Mims. I'm pretty sure he suffered an injury and the Lions cut him. But I have this idea that these teams, like the Mechies, the Nico Collins and stuff like that, the guys that did really well at these like not top tier places. Obviously, we get some guys coming from Baylor, TCU, and all that other stuff. Just really giving them an opportunity all on the same team. So I'm waiting for a team one of these years to go really big in on those top tier college rookies that you can get in the wide receiver spot, and then see if any of them will translate over. Because I think a lot of them, if given the opportunity, will. And obviously, you're seeing that with this Texans offense. Now, defensive side, I'm not happy. Obviously, there again leaves a lot to be desired. I'm going to pull up the depth chart right now, looking for a specific name on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, one thing, pay Laramie Tunsil, though. Shaq Mason, I like. Dieter, Jones, and Fant, great. Keep building the line. The one thing that a lot of teams are doing is not really building that O-line. People keep saying that they're trying, but you can really tell who's really putting in the work. Other side of the ball, I'm still going to say corners. Corners are the way to, kind of get it. Derek Stingley out is obviously intensely tough to take, but there are some great corners still out there on the free agency market that are a little older that you can get for, give you 6 or 8 really good games. Obviously, I love Will Anderson. This team is poised to grow. This might not be the year for 10 wins, but I think that you are very close to the Texans getting to the point where they're really threatening that 10-win position. And especially with Jonathan Taylor leaving the Colts, possibly that'll drain the division. This slump by the Jaguars helps. So overall, if you're a Texans fan, it's a great year. I'm happy for y'all. It's only going to get crazier from here. But regardless, I wish you guys the best. I will obviously be checking back in with my Texans friends as the Panthers game gets closer. But in the meantime, this is Nick with Roll Coverage. Have a great rest of the day. See you soon.